who's been with us a few times now during the gymnastics competition. Nadia, it really was a good competition yesterday, and today it's building up nicely again, isn't it?
It was a good competition yesterday. Thinking of the women finals, vault, Shannon Miller didn't choose to do the vault. Probably she didn't have the second one. But the results were the one that's supposed to be. And I think that also on even bars, there was a little tricky there. Shannon did the best routine of her life, and she deserved to win. I think Dominique got a little higher score, and I think that the results should be a little different there.
You feel the Romanian should have taken some?
She was pretty clean, you know, like the legs, they were pretty different than Dominique. And thinking of today competition, Beam, that's the event that people can expect the biggest surprises. Thinking of the gymnasts who qualify for the final, they all have chances to win. That's only depend of them, what they will do, if they will stay on the beam, if they will stick their landing, and we expected, you know, Shannon has a big chance to win the two events, but we're going to see what happened there. On the floor exercise, I think that also the Romanian Gogean has a big chance, and also Milosovici is doing a great routine. And what about Carrie Strug, who's the one who didn't qualify for the all-around, but she has a really powerful floor routine.
Which was the one that frightened you most?
Well, actually, I loved the beam, but I was scared by the beam at the same time. And Romanians had a very good school in beam, and that's one of the reasons that I still love to do beam.
Now, you got a 10 on bars back in 1976, the first ever 10.
The first one, yeah.
Now, are we going to see another 10?
It would take a little time. Actually, I remember that first I didn't know that anybody had a 10 before in the Olympics, and you know, they didn't prepare for anybody to get a 10. That's why they didn't have 4 digits, so they couldn't make a 10. They made a 1.00.
But very difficult now for them to
It's really
achieve
difficult.
It.
The people have to learn a lot of new skills, and the cut of points, it's not as easy as it was many years ago.
Are we going to see today the Romanians pull up, though, because they haven't had a great competition so far?
They had a pretty big mistake of Milosovici on the balance beam, and nobody expected that to happen. And well, I think that Gogean can do a big deal on the floor and also on the beam.
Not Milosovici, who got 10 in Barcelona.
She's not doing the same acrobatic skill that she used to do on Barcelona on the floor, but also she has a pretty good beam routine. So I hope that she will going to score there a medal too.
So have a good competition for you. We're now going to our very first competition live. Thank you very much for joining us, Nadia.
Congratulations.
We have enjoyed.
Yesterday medal.
You've enjoyed being here as well?
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks ever so much for being here with us. Okay. We're now moving to our first discipline, the vault, the men's vault. Vitaly Sherbo looking to add to his gold and silver medal. Barry Davis is with Mitch Fenner.
And Hayley, 2 finals which I'm sure are very close to your heart. Of course, you were a competitor in the World Championships of 81, 83 and 85 and represented the United Kingdom in the Olympics of 84. 2 very exciting finals to come.
My favourite pieces are always beam and floor. Beam in training, but in competition it's the piece where if you're nervous then big mistakes happen. You really have to concentrate hard, and you know that quite often an overall competition can all relate to whether you stay or whether you fall off the beam. All the girls here under a lot of pressure, all looking for that gold medal. Can they keep their nerves at bay?
Well, all the stars from the all-around competition and yesterday's action are here again. Gina Gogean, second in the all-around, will be the first to start. Li Li of China, the 18-year-old who really has been in great form, will go 2. Then the lady who has been sensational throughout the start of this competition, coached by Steve Nuno, America's Shannon Miller. Xuemei, the second Chinese gymnast in the final. Ludmila Prince for Latvia, and then Dominique Dawes, another favourite of the crowds over the past 6 days here in Birmingham, and she'll be looking possibly for the first time to deny Shannon Miller that gold medal, having to settle for the silver in yesterday's asymmetric bars. Oxana Fabrichnova, another very promising youngster, only just qualifying for this competition. And the last, but by no means the least finalist, Milosovici from Romania. So a whole host of world-class stars here. And there, well, she's been followed, cheered and applauded from start to finish of this competition. Shannon Miller looking for gold medal number 3, but Hayley, it was the beam that let her down in the all-around competition. Will the nerves get to the great American yet again?
Yes, that was an amazing result, because in training she didn't falter, she didn't fall, she looked very positive indeed, yet during the all-around competition the nerves began to show through, and she missed out a move, and that showed in the score that she finished up with. She needs to add that extra move today because it's a final.
And Shannon Miller will be the third of the 8 finalists to go, but watch out for Dominique Dawes there, looking to at last possibly deny a gold medal to her teammate. No team tactics at all, it is an individual competition. Each gymnast has their own focus for each competition, and quite an interesting point, both Shannon Miller and Dominique Dawes both coming to these championships with their own individual coaches.
Yes, I think Kerry Hill, who coaches Dominic, is here perhaps for the first time where there's a team of 3 girls where they've all been allowed to bring their own coaches, because although they're a team, they're not competing as a team, so they've been allowed to have personal training. And I think it's worked. I think it's been nice for the girls to be able to relate to their own coach. They feel at home and they're more relaxed.
Just warming up on the beam there is Li for China. 18 years of age from Beijing. Well, Li was the 8th qualifier of this final. She scored a 9.687. So Li will certainly need to improve.
There we have a picture of Ludmila Teresheva, champion of years ago. Now, as you can see, judging the girls. Very famous face indeed.
Well, certainly has been a success, this World Championship competition here in Birmingham. There's been a whole host of stars from the past and present taking part here in Birmingham. Really has been a festival of gymnastics, and of course the perfect result for all the British fans arriving yesterday afternoon, with Neil Thomas claiming that silver medal in the floor exercise. But it's back to the ladies as they warm up. The gong tells them that they just have another minute to go before they will begin. The first finalist will be the European champion, Gina Gogean, 15 years of age. She's already collected 1 silver medal in the all-around competition. Just missed a medal in the ladies' vault, where she came in 4th. Gogean certainly enjoys and favours this apparatus. 5th in the qualification. Hayley, do you think Gina can put the nerves behind her and claim a medal, as there are just a few other gymnasts warming up?
Gogean has nerves of steel, and that is what we saw in the overall championships. When others made mistakes, she was very sure-footed and very technically correct. Didn't wobble, didn't have many tenths deducted during the exercise, and she